word sanctify means to make clean. When it say I prepared the sanctified ones, right?
Yeah, it says, I have commanded my sanctified ones.
Exactly, so look, the Most High has commanded us, man. As it says in Matthew chapter 10 verse 5, these 12, Yahweh Shai commanded them to go forth and what? Teach this kingdom.
That's right.
So that was the main commandment of the followers of Yahweh Shai, to go forward and teach this kingdom. So that's what we're doing right now. So if anybody answers us and says, who sent you?
Yeah.
Well, we tell them the Most High sent us.
That's right.
But that's for you that believe. Right? But that's him that have ears to hear, let him hear that, man.
I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger.
I have also called my mighty ones for my anger. This is now going into the angels now. I've called my mighty ones for my anger. And that goes into Revelations. The 4 angels
That are holding back the
that are
winds.
holding back that judgment. Those are the mighty ones that the Most High prepared for his wrath. Read on.
I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger,
For my anger,
even them that rejoice in my highness.
even them that rejoice in my highness. Let's prove that. And in Psalms 103, verse 20. Bless Yahweh, ye his angels, right? That excel in strength, right? That do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. Bless ye Yahweh, all his hosts, ye ministers of his that do his pleasure. Read that again. Bless Yahweh, ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. So we need that part there.
Right, so verse 3, Isaiah 30:3 again. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness.
Them that rejoice in my highness, right? What's that? I'm trying to think about precept. Revelation about rejoicing about the Lord saying holy, holy, holy. Bring that out, but that's not
And the 4 beasts, each of them had 6 wings about him, and they were full of eyes within, and they rest not day and night, saying, Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, which was. Right, cool. So this is a. Let me preface it. What was reading before? That rejoice in my highness.
yeah.
Right, so let me read Isaiah 33 again. It says, I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. Now the precept linking with that, Revelation chapter 4, verse 8, and the 4 beasts, each had, let me get it again, and the 4 beasts had each of them 6 rings about him, and they are full of eyes within, and they rest not day and night, saying, Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, which was, and which is to come.
that's an example of the angels that rejoice in the Most High's highness. The Most High is preparing. Why? Because they're the ones that are going to be orchestrating this whole turn of events. When you're seeing worldwide, this whole war that's brewing, it's actually the spirits on high that's actually orchestrating this whole thing. Right? The Most High pours down spirits and vibrations on planet Earth to fulfill His work. As the scripture says, the heavens rule. You know, 2nd Ezra, I'll just read this. 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 21. Whose throne is inestimable, whose glory may not be comprehended, before whom a host of angels stand with trembling.
I thought you'd keep it to a big.
Here you go.
But, okay.
Stand with trembling.
No, it's pointless. You think it's got a curve.
That's really good. So it says, Daniel's chapter 4, verse 25, that they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field, and they shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and they shall wet thee with the dew of heaven.
But if that was us, we've got
And 7 times shall pass over thee, till thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whosoever He will. That's the point. Verse 26. And whereas they commanded to leave the stump of the tree roots, thy kingdom shall be sure unto thee. After that, thou shalt have known the heavens do rule. The heavens do rule, man. Right? The Most High pours down spirits on planet Earth to guide the actions of men, to manipulate the minds of men, to fulfill His will. That's what this is. The Most High that directs His steps. The Most High puts spirits in the man's mind. See if they're instruction. As it says in Revelation 17, the Most High put in their mind to fulfill His will. The ten horns, right? The Most High put in their mind to European nations that will ultimately turn their front on America and aid Russia, and aid China, and aid the BRICS coalition to destroy America. Because America, they're the troublemakers, man. Right? So this is what ultimately what's going to take place. Right? So let's go back to Isaiah 13.
Verse 4, the noise of a multitude in the mountains,
And that's the main point. That's what we're going to. A noise as a multitude in the mountains.
like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
There you go. I told you. See how the heavens do rule?
Yeah.
I just read it, said it's the Lord of hosts that mustereth the host of the battle. It's the Most High that's putting His spirit upon China, Russia, America, Iran, India, all them, man. For what?
Who are you? But what are you?
We're prophets.
You're prophets. Prophets from where?
Not from anywhere. We're Israelites.
Yeah, but
We are so-called black people.
what religion are you?
We're not religious.
You have to be.
Right.
You have to be. Are you Muslim, Christian, or what are you?
We're the real Christians.
What's that?
Have you heard about the Israelites before?
I really don't know what you are.
Have you never heard of the Israelites before?
I just need to know what religion you are.
The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people.
And again, going back to the horsemen. right? And when you hear the horsemen, you're hearing a tumultuous noise. You see the hooves, the rattling of the hooves, right? Coming out.
Like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
When you see a kingdom of nations gathered together, what's another term for that? That's a world war. When you have a multitude of nations gathered together for war, that's called a world war. Okay? Look at the world war.
What, in Google, search it out.
Google that world war. Right? Which again means there's no such thing as this. I mean, that negates the idea of free will. But if it's already been spoken about, and we're actually seeing it play out, that's showing you that who's really in control here? The Heavenly Father. But yet the very same people that's playing out what's been written, they don't believe in it though. They don't believe in the Most High. Yeah, because the Most High don't gaslight you. He don't gas you up. Your pride has deceived you. Come on.
Right, so it says about World War I, or the First World War, often abbreviated as WW1, was one of the deadliest global conflicts in history. It was fought between two coalitions, the Allies and the Central Powers. The fighting occurred throughout Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and the Pacific and parts of Asia.
Right, so the definition of world war in the dictionary is a war involving many large nations in all different parts of the world. The name is commonly given to the wars of 1914 to 1918 and 1939 to 1945, which is the First World War and the Second World War. Although only the second of these was truly global. And also a war engaged in by all or most of the principal nations of the world. So there you go. So read that part again.
Right, so this is back in Isaiah 13, verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations. So that's the definition of a world war. That's a world war. And it also says a world war is an international conflict which involves all or most of the world's major powers. And that's written in Isaiah spoke about that for a long time. Millennia ago, Isaiah already spoke about that. Huh? It was already written down. So you see how all things, Jacob is the former of all things. He comes from us. Oh, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. I'll continue reading.
Yep, so Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
And it's the Most High that's doing it. Come on.
They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation.
And they come from a far country, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation, his righteous anger, which is what, again, the mysteries. Coming up.
They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
So Isaiah literally saw the missiles coming from one side of the earth to the other. Because he just read it. He literally saw that. But part of the mystery is that you're not going to see the term nuclear technology within the Bible. You're just going to hear weapons of his indignation, or horsemen, or arrows. And what's in let's go. So it says, on 2nd Ezra 16, let me start from verse 11. The Lord shall threaten, and you shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up from the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power. And that's another verse that says Nahum, the Most High, what's it say? The top of the earth, the sea, and the dry land. I forget how it goes. You know what? That's Haggai. It's that. Yeah, Haggai. Come. One of the things that shaped the sea, the dry land, right? What's Haggai? I've got Haggai. What verse do you want? And I will overthrow the throne of the kingdoms. Haggai. Haggai 2. Let's start from verse 5.
On. Haggai chapter 2, starting from verse 5 says,
Verse 7.
right, according to the word that I covenanted with you when you came out of Egypt, so my spirit remaineth among you, fear ye not, for thus saith Yahweh of hosts, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land, and I will shake the nations, and the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fill this house with glory, saith Yahweh of hosts.
Read that part again.
Right, Haggai 2 from verse 5 again.
Go to verse 6.
Right, Haggai 2 and 6. For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, yet once it is a little while.
And this, the Most High saying this. It says, thus saith Yahweh. Right? Come on.
Yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land.
I will yet shake the heavens, the sea, the earth, and the dry lands. And that's a great destruction, to be able to move the very earth itself. As it says in Isaiah, so the earth itself shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. This is nuclear destruction. This is something that Putin don't really want this war. But he's being aggravated. He feels like he's being aggravated by the West. Right? You know, because the West had promised Russia that they wouldn't move eastward. I believe ever since Ronald Reagan. That he wouldn't move, they promised not to move eastward, but ever since then they've been moving eastward. So now Russia, Putin, feels that they done broke their promise. So now that's why he's trying to take Ukraine. Crimea, right? Because the Western don't broke their promise. So Putin is forced into action, right? So this is what's happening. This is what's happening. And it's all going to escalate, man. What we see, you got certain Edomites, certain white men say, oh, things will die down. Things are not going to die down. Things is going to get worse and worse, like a snowball effect. Right? You think what's happening over there in Ukraine, that's nothing compared to what's happening, what's going to happen. Read that again.
Haggai 2:6 again. For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land.
Right.
And I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fill this house with glory, saith Yahweh of hosts.
Most I gonna fill this place with. You know the difference? Because in the midst of this whole third world conflict, guess who's coming back? Guess who the elites are expecting to return? And they're looking, they know, they said that there's a so-called mothership that's heading towards planet Earth, man. And we know who that is. You people don't know who that is, but we're sent here to tell you who that's going to be. And that's supposed to be the gospel or the good news to you so-called black people, Hispanics and Latinos. Your Messiah is coming to deliver you. Your hero is coming to save you from the lions, my darling, from the lions, man. Right? You see that? The Lord is about to shake this shit up again because he did that during the time of Noah. In the time of Noah, the Most High shook the whole earth up, and all nations were shaken by the flood. Right? And only 8 souls survived. Noah and his household. And we know it's going to happen again because the scripture says the thing that's written, it says the thing that have been, thank you, that's it, the thing that have been is the thing that shall be. And there's no new thing
under the sun.
Under the sun. So everything that's happening right now that's leading to the whole shaking, how the Lord is going to shake the heavens and the earth and the dry land again. That's the same way it happened back then. And what led to that? The wickedness of the people, man. That's what led up to that judgment. The whole earth being shaken. The wickedness of the people, the sins of the people don't reach that height. The snowballing of the sins of the people led to that judgment. And we're seeing it happen right now. As it says in Luke, it says people, what they do? Drinking, marrying, right? Is they not doing that now? Yeah. Someone give me that piece of no.
Claro, pero es que pedir un Uber te tarda 10 minutos.
Give me Luke 17, verse 25. Luke 17, verse 25. Right? Luke 17, verse 25.
The book of Luke, verse 17, verse 25. Right. But the first must he suffer many things, and be rejected of this generation.
Like us, we're being rejected of this generation. And what did it say in Matthew 11? It said, how should I liken this generation unto men that sit in the marketplaces, calling to their fellows, saying, we have piped unto you, but ye have not danced. So we're being rejected. because they're not dancing. So that's showing that we're the true followers of Hamashiach Yahushua. Because the same way Yahushua got rejected of our ancestors in that generation, that's the same generation back again, rejecting the prophets. Come and I'll read.
And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man.
There you go. The thing that been is the thing that shall be. Read that part again.
Luke 17:26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man.
And so shall it be in the days of the Son of Man. And we're in those days, man. Right? Coming on.
They did eat and drank. They married wives. They were given in marriage until the day of Noah entered into the ark. And the flood came and destroyed them all.
And destroyed them all. That was that shaking of all the nations at the time. Right?
Likewise, also, as it is the days of Lot, they did eat and drank. They bought and sold. They planted, they builded. But the same day that the Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back.
That's the point. That's the main point. Well, I brought out that precept to show you that. Now what's happening right now is literally just in likewise how it was during those days, during the days of Lot and Abraham, during the days of Noah and his family, and that wicked generation back then. They were eating and drinking, and now it's more wicked than even back then. Because now they got new genders now, man. So same-sex marriages and drag queens and that's why I said that the shit that's what's about to happen now is going to be like none that we've ever seen before, because the wickedness that we're seeing right now is far exceeding the wickedness that was back then. That's why you even got the wicked rebelling against their own society. You got Edomites protesting against their own fucking self, man.
Yeah.
You would think that would be niggas, like our people protesting against their own shit, but you got white people protesting against each other. You know what I mean? I just a recent clip. I saw the French firefighters, man, fighting against the police rioters, man. I'm looking at you. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch, man? You got police rioters, man, taking off their helmets, taking off their gloves, and joining the protest to fight the rioters, man. I said, well, fuck this shit, man. I see why these motherfuckers are protesting. You know? So it's a wrap, man. You see in your team all this and it's all hidden from there's no media coverage on it. There's no main media coverage on it. You don't see this in the main media like pretty much the whole world over is out in arms, man. Just in the streets about this shit.
No way.
You're not seeing it. France, Spain, right? Belgium, right? Amsterdam, in the uproar. Yes. Right? England, the UK. You ain't seen that. You walk around central London, you don't see no something. There's even there's footage of people are protesting in central London, right? It's all over the world, man. Okay?
And they have many protests before, but this one is a different type of protest.
Yeah.
You know? Imagine policemen going against fire engine people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's different, it's totally different.
Yeah, completely, man, totally different. Right? Coming up. But then they said they were eating and drinking. But that goes into what Paul was writing to the brothers in Rome. Because what he says is it's high time to awake them that's asleep. To come out of the drunkenness and the rioting and all of that, because that was actually the traditional. People actually did this like now. Like you're only these so-called white people come from work, drunk and you know. You go to Soho in central London, you see them. That's Faggot Central now, right? And you see Edomites dressing up like women and stuff like that. That's traditional for them, man.
Yeah.
They be dressing up like women and all that weird stuff, all feminine. They did that in ancient times.
Yeah.
They did that. That's actually the feast of Bacchus, which is actually the Greek god of wine and revelry. Right? That's why there's actual wine shops, man, and there's actually labeled Bacchus, and you won't even know what that word means until you actually go into it. That actually goes back to Greek mythology. A lot of the stuff that we see around us goes back to Greek mythology, right? Greek deities, man.
Yep.
All right, paganism. You see? That's what you see. What's Friday night and Saturday night all about? What's that all about? Revelry, partying, drunkenness, adultery, all that. That's what it's all about. Cheating. It's wickedness.
Lust of the flesh.
Yeah, like, you know, that's what gets people, you know. That's what entices people. Anyway, come on. You got something?
I was reading before, but let's finish on.
You still in Luke?
Oh no, you said finish though.
Go to Romans where they're talking it's high time to awake out of sleep. Because we were reading how the days of Noah, what they were doing, they were drinking and eating and giving hand in marriage. Also show you how
I've got something here if you want me to call out this. In 1 Thessalonians 4 verse 13. But I would not you have be ignorant, brethren, concerning them that are asleep, that we sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Yahushua HaMashiach died, rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua HaMashiach will bring with them. For this we say unto you, by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep.
that's going into brothers that have died in the truth. That's going into brothers that have died in the truth. We're not going to prevent, meaning we're not going to precede them that have died in the Lord. Meaning they're going to come first. We that are alive to the coming back day. We're not going to prevent them that have died in the Lord. They're going to come first. They're going to rise first.
You want to go in Romans, yeah?
Go to Romans. You know what that is?
Go to it again.
This is all high time to wake us up. This is all. Romans 13, verse 11. I should know that. Romans 13, verse 11. Romans 13, verse 11.
Yeah. Romans 13, verse 11.
Romans 13. That's in the promise of Rome, because you know, you got a lot of people say, oh, see, the Romans were Edomites. These Romans, being a Roman, that's a citizenship. Like being British. Roman, London. Right? That's citizenship. You had Israelites that were citizens of Rome. They were Romans. Like Paul. Paul was an Israelite by nationality, but he had Roman citizenship. He could speak Latin. Okay?
The book of Romans, verse 13. Romans 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time,